A beautiful woman is on a blind date. The man asks her how much cash she has saved up. The woman thinks it's inappropriate to discuss this upon first meeting. The man then inquires about her profession. She is a civil servant with modest income but stable employment nonetheless. He is satisfied with her job. Before the woman could speak, the man comments on her age, hoping she would immediately try to conceive after marriage. The woman quickly interrupts him, stating she is a firm believer in remaining unmarried. She came out today merely to meet men, to date if suitable, or have a casual encounter if attracted. Before leaving, she mocks the man, saying if everyone could marry, it would cause severe social issues. Jung Ha-na, 29 years old, is a staunch singlehood advocate. As a civil servant, her salary isn't much, but as she isn't planning to marry or have children, she spends her money freely and lives a carefree life. After her day job, Jung Ha-na usually goes to the gym, then to a recording studio to sing, and ends her day with a beer on the couch, contemplating her life goals. She plans to save money and live as a street performer in the Mediterranean countryside after retirement. To maintain her pleasant single life, Jung Ha-na must keep her civil servant job. However, one day, a man visits her department looking for the team leader, who had secretly left early. The man then comes in with a bucket of waste, which ends up on Jung Ha-na. She considers herself unlucky, changes her clothes, and then sees a notice at the city hall about forming a marriage fraud promotion team directly under the mayor, meant to push civil servants to encourage citizens to marry, with a promise of high marks in personnel evaluations for participants. Jung Ha-na is indifferent to this, as the fear of marriage is increasing among young people, and playing matchmaker is a thankless task. While she is reading the notice, the team leader calls, and it happens that Jung Ha-na's phone is on her desk. The team leader sees that he has been saved in her phone as Brat. He pretends to be magnanimous, asking Jung Ha-na to express any complaints about him. She mentions that whenever there's a difficult complaint, he disappears to the restroom, leaving the hard work to his subordinates. That afternoon, Jung Ha-na is transferred to the marriage fraud promotion team, feeling helpless as a non-believer in marriage, forced to play matchmaker. 3 years ago, Jung Ha-na wasn't determined against marriage, working at a marriage agency under performance pressure. She introduced a woman to a man of poor character, resulting in the woman being mistreated. At that time, Jung Ha-na was about to marry her boyfriend, with wedding invitations already printed, but he cheated on her the day they were to send out the invites, which led her to lose all desire for marriage. Now a person indifferent to marriage, she is forced to discuss how to push the mayor's marriage promotion project in a team meeting. According to her research, more than half of the interviewees in their 20s and 30s believe marriage is not necessary. In an environment where fear of marriage is prevalent, how is it possible to advance the mayor's marriage promotion project? The mayor brought some materials instructing the team to start with a young man named Bong Cheol-hee. A documentary had been made about him. Bong Cheol-hee was born on a small island and was of marriageable age. He cares for his nephews and nieces daily, eager to marry but unable to find a partner. The mayor planned to use Bong Cheol-hee as a breakthrough, assigning Jung Ha-na, with her matchmaking experience, to find him a wife. The mayor promised a special reward if Jung Ha-na completed the task. After weighing her options, Jung Ha-na decided to accept the task, hoping to be transferred to her desired department upon completion. The mayor agreed. Jung Ha-na reviewed the information and took a boat to Bong Cheol-hee's island the next day. Upon arriving, she met a young man wielding an axe, talking on the phone about harshly splitting something and burying it. Jung Ha-na imagined a scene from a movie involving dismemberment, and startled, she fell. Before the man approached, she quickly left the area. Despite feeling uneasy about the island, she continued her mission. Jung Ha-na contacted the village head to explain her purpose and inquire about Bong Cheol-hee's whereabouts. Soon after, the axe-wielding young man reappeared. Jung Ha-na then learned. This rough and fierce-looking guy was Bong Cheol-hee. She introduced herself and her purpose. The naive Bong Cheol-hee thought Jung Ha-na was a scammer and demanded to see her civil servant ID. Jung Ha-na accurately named her department and reiterated her purpose. Bong Cheol-hee couldn't understand why a civil servant would help him marry. An anxious Jung Ha-na snatched Bong Cheol-hee's phone, demanding he listen to her before it accidentally dropped and broke. Bong Cheol-hee hurriedly picked up his damaged phone, feeling very upset. Then, a broadcast on the island announced, congratulating Bong Cheol-hee on his upcoming marriage. Bong Cheol-hee quickly moved away from Jung Ha-na, yet was convinced she wasn't deceiving him. Jung Ha-na handed Bong Cheol-hee an application, just fill in the information, and the city hall would find him a suitable marriage partner. Bong Cheol-hee returned the materials to Jung Ha-na, stating he never said he wanted to marry. The previous documentary had exaggerated his desire for marriage. Jung Ha-na quickly grabbed Bong Cheol-hee's hand, explaining the various benefits of marriage, like emotional and ideological support from a spouse. Just then, a text about her nightly singing class arrived. If she didn't leave the island soon, she would miss today's lesson. Thinking of this, Jung Ha-na hurriedly grabbed Bong Cheol-hee's wrist, asking if there was a spare room in his house. Determined to leave the marriage fraud promotion team, Jung Ha-na vowed to get Bong Cheol-hee married no matter what. Bong Cheol-hee's house was small but warm. Upon their first meeting, Bong Cheol-hee prepared a delicious meal for Jung Ha-na. His nephews and nieces mistakenly thought Jung Ha-na was their uncle's girlfriend, sweetly stating there would be no problem living with her. Bong Cheol-hee, always single, was very shy. After dinner, Bong Cheol-hee asked Jung Ha-na if she was married. Facing Bong Cheol-hee, Jung Ha-na shared her personal woes, including her failed matchmaking experiences and her boyfriend's infidelity. Jung Ha-na currently believes she is not qualified to marry. To her, marriage means trust and responsibility, and only those who can make each other happy should marry. Although she doesn't know Bong Cheol-hee well, witnessing his responsibility towards his family makes her believe he is a reliable and good person. Bong Cheol-hee smiles honestly, admitting he is not only a good person, but also faithful. Jung Ha-na returns to her workplace, planning to observe Bong Cheol-hee's situation in a few days. Unexpectedly, the next day, she receives a call that Bong Cheol-hee is waiting for her downstairs. Happily, he hands her a completed marriage application, ready to marry and test his eligibility for marriage. Jung Ha-na is thrilled. Suddenly, a man behind her softly calls her name. She turns around to see her ex-boyfriend who had cheated on her. Jung Ha-na slaps him, believing it's what he owes her. Bong Cheol-hee rushes back, thinking Jung Ha-na is being harassed. She takes his arm and tells her ex that Bong Cheol-hee is her fiancé. Both men are shocked. Jung Ha-na pretends to be affectionate with Bong Cheol-hee, lying that he is her fiancé. After her ex leaves, the honest Bong Cheol-hee asks when they're marrying, praising the efficiency of civil servants, and cheerfully leaves to prepare for the wedding. Jung Ha-na is still processing when she discovers her ex, Choi Ki-jun, is the new head of the marriage morale team. Jung Ha-na avoids being alone with Choi Ki-jun. After work, she returns to the office for her forgotten phone, and Choi Ki-jun grabs her arm. She coldly states she has moved on from the past. Choi Ki-jun recalls her trying on a wedding dress 3 years ago, beautiful and seemingly within reach of happiness. Despite her rejection, he doesn't plan to give up. The next day, Choi Ki-jun visits the staff dormitory to help Jung Ha-na pack, as it was designated for Bong Cheol-hee during his matchmaking period. He changes a light bulb and invites her to dinner, which she declines. On a small island, Bong Cheol-hee packs clothes and brings his niece and nephew to town with Jung Ha-na's favorite dishes. The next morning, Jung Ha-na picks them up. Her niece asks if Jung Ha-na would take responsibility if her matchmaking failed. Jung Ha-na laughs and changes the subject. Later, they arrive at the dormitory where Bong Cheol-hee invites her to stay for dinner because of his delicious cooking. She enjoys a large bowl, and as they are about to part, Choi Ki-jun reappears. Bong Cheol-hee immediately hugs Jung Ha-na, but upon learning of Choi Ki-jun's role as team leader, he politely shakes hands with him. Choi Ki-jun hints that he has moved into the dormitory next to Bong Cheol-hee. The following Monday, under Choi Ki-jun's lead, the team begins selecting suitable matchmaking candidates for Bong Cheol-hee. The team received several matchmaking applications, all from women interested in meeting Bong Cheol-hee. To match Bong Cheol-hee's needs, Jung Ha-na had him fill out a matchmaking questionnaire with options A or B for each question, which he took seriously, marking his preferences, such as whether he likes clingy partners or prefers independence. The team members assisted in filtering the female candidates, but found that most came with ulterior motives like influencers looking to promote their channels. Only one woman seemed suitable. Meanwhile, Jung Ha-na reflected on her own thoughts about marriage. Before her ex-boyfriend cheated, She had dreamed of a warm, happy marital life, including a boyfriend cooking delicious meals for her. Although her dreams were shattered, she didn't regret her current decisions. The day after tomorrow was the matchmaking day. Bong Cheol-hee asked Jung Ha-na to accompany him to the mall to pick out suitable clothes. Jung Ha-na agreed and chose a white shirt for him, but noticed scars all over his back. After shopping, she reassured Bong Cheol-hee not to be nervous about the upcoming date. Bong Cheol-hee joked that Jung Ha-na once claimed he was her fiancé, and their playful exchange was seen by Choi Ki-jun, who felt jealous. On the other side, the daughter of a corporate president, Oh In-ah, was also matchmaking but hadn't found a suitable match yet. Just after declining a date, a man shouted a warning and pushed Oh In-ah aside, saving her from a falling safety helmet. This man, who looked like a wealthy heir and was actually Bong Cheol-hee, had just straightened his hair, looking very handsome. Soon after, water spilled on him, but he was more concerned about a scratch on Oh In-ah than his own appearance. He offered her a band-aid and left casually. The incident made him revert to his untidy look, wearing a plaid shirt and padded jacket, with his hair back to its natural curls. To make a good impression on his date, Bong Cheol-hee planned to tell some corny jokes, which Jung Ha-na immediately vetoed, advising him to just relax. The entire marriage team pretended to be customers at the restaurant to observe Bong Cheol-hee's date. His date, a gentle and beautiful woman, expressed her desire for a partner like homemade food, sharing meals and small joys of daily life. Bong Cheol-hee, who excels at cooking, was moved and agreed with her views on marriage. The team was nervous, hoping the date wouldn't fail. It went well, and they even agreed to meet again. After the date, Jung Ha-na took Bong Cheol-hee for a homemade meal at a restaurant, not at home. Bong Cheol-hee tried the food and loved it, feeling it truly had the essence of homemade cuisine. Jung Ha-na says, home cooking doesn't have to be eaten at home. As long as you're with people you're comfortable and happy with, any meal can feel like home cooking. The owner of the restaurant is a close friend of Jung Ha-na, almost like family, which is why Jung Ha-na always enjoys eating here before heading home each night. Bong Cheol-hee shares his thoughts, emphasizing the importance of home cooking. On today's matchmaking questionnaire, under the question, "What do you think marriage is?" Bong Cheol-hee wrote, "Marriage is like home cooking." He shares Jung Ha-na's vision of a simple, fulfilling happiness, hoping to comfortably share meals with his other half. Jung Ha-na recalls the woman's words from the matchmaking event. The woman had a very good impression of Bong Cheol-hee. During their meeting, Bong Cheol-hee served her warm water instead of cold, a detail that highlighted his gentle nature beneath his simple appearance. Bong Cheol-hee enjoys taking his nieces and nephews out shopping. When a kindergarten bus broke down by the roadside, leaving the children stranded, Bong Cheol-hee quickly fetched shopping carts from a supermarket. He let the children sit in the carts and held their hands, carefully helping them across the street. Jung Ha-na, passing by, found the honest Bong Cheol-hee especially endearing in this moment. The scene of Bong Cheol-hee helping the children cross the street was captured by passers-by and shared online. Thanks to these heartwarming photos, Bong Cheol-hee became a social media sensation again and earned a new nickname, Adorable Shopping Man. Oh In-ah saw the news and realized that the adorable shopping man was the prince who had saved her during the day. She felt very moved and went to Bong Cheol-hee's dorm that evening, only to find Jung Ha-na there as well. However, when Jung Ha-na opened the door, she was shocked to see Oh In-ah, the woman who had cheated with her ex-boyfriend Choi Ki-jun 3 years ago. At that moment, Choi Ki-jun also happened to pass by, seeing the woman and man who had betrayed him, filling Jung Ha-na with anger.